Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here. I've been, for the past hour and a half, I've been sort of sitting in meditation and have all of these codes coming through for the heart. There is a reconstruction of the heart happening. There is an evolution of the heart with this plasmic consciousness that's coming through. So we're working very closely with the sun and working with this sort of unity broadcast, I guess you could say, of 3i Atlas, which made its closest, I forget what it's called when it gets the closest to Earth, but that happened sometime last night. So there's a very, very strong, this is very much like, it's just code that wants to come through. There's very little philosophical message coming through for this. This is like a code, just a code transmission that to bring ease, because it has been for me, and I know some people I've been talking to, quite painful, this sort of reconstruction, especially if you're like a physical medium or you feel it very viscerally. So just taking nice deep breaths. I recorded a trance meditation yesterday, restoring hope, because the energy has been quite heavy. So if you have been feeling really down or feeling like it's overwhelming, like it's too difficult, I think this healing could be quite helpful for you. So that'll be linked below. Remembering you are safe, you are healed, you are whole. Remember, this is a temporary existence here on Earth. We are moving through. We light the way as we walk. We enter into the divine presence now. We are not abandoned. We are not left alone. I was driving and I got behind a pickup truck that, like the license plate holders, like they're a little frame around the license plate. And it said, God is closer to you than you are to yourself. The love of God is what sustains us. And remember that love is the only reality. There is nothing to fear. It might feel really, 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 really bad right now. Remember, you are not alone. Himayani torro koyes ni trayana, yini toyo torro koite ashini tayana, yini tayai kinia maya torro koyes sikaya. Shini tiana yini toa ikina maya ni traya ito koyes sini shitaya. Hinianaya sotroiti shitaya sikaya shooi kia iti ki nyana ini toyo tokoa. Himaisia torro kinindrieti site nitro amnean sitria tishikini tia korrokuiti kiaya. This is in the code like a sort of Proto-Polynesian energy. So if you identify with this sort of Lemurian aspects, these Lemurian sort of dimensions, this sort of ancient future, you might resonate with this quite strongly. Kipaya soto korrokuiti kinaini tayana, himaya soto aya shikiaiti, a restoration. Sia torro kinindriati sin siorroiti shikitayas toto inimayunchu yo soraitia. Hinitayas notroaininta osno shana, samayorro koyate kiriato sosoyato aosiataya. Kaya umiania naya nitoa. Ita osoyoshi kayastaya, iko ruito ayos notroin, himayana orroiti kiaya, tisaya shitaya, himayas natraya nitaya koa, isioto kinitaya, hiaritaya taya, kiraya taya, isaya shaya, hinayana orro koa saya shaya, kaya poa kaya saya, Hinaya naya nitaya kia toyoso ayashia yesaya. Hidaya sotoa saya shikaya saya koyonotoa. Yana yanaya no rotiya soyoshoa. Sort of let it, if you feel a feeling of it like kind of draining out, draining from the front end and the back, let it drain. Kia porukui sitia shayakina. Keeping it light. Kia taya sitia sotoa. Himaya shiki orokuaya naini tarayani kayastoa. Shi payasua. This could also be coming through your sinuses. Kia torukui tikayasito. Shoto esio shoyotruiti sikayashiti aniti esiorukui sia behind the eyes. Shimiasani traini yanayisayataya. Kia yataya. Raya sotroaya. Yumnatraya snatia shanatra. We talk a lot about the nervous system and this sort of plasmic innervation. We know our hearts produce an incredible amount of electricity, so it is sort of like, it's not a connection that you lost, it's that you weren't aware of. Shitia torkuitikia. You know what? I don't know if any of you guys are watching Pluribus on Apple TV. It's Vince Gilligan who did Breaking Bad and Saul, and he used to write for the X-Files too. There is sort of a unity consciousness aspect of it. I don't know where that's going. It might turn sinister. I don't know. It's not, this is just a sort of touch point that because I watched the new episode last night. And I thought the way that Zoja sort of, because the main character is like finally asking questions of the people. And she kind of describes the communication that they all have, because it's sort of like a hive mind, that it is like breathing. It's not telepathy in thoughts. It's an unconscious knowingness that they all immediately share. It doesn't happen in time. It's happening unconsciously. And that is transmitted. They didn't say this, but the way that works, because it does, and she says to Carol, who's the main character, she's like, your body has it too. It's just unused, right? And that is what's happening here. Like, it's not that it's turned off. It's not that you've lost access. It's not that it's been destroyed or distorted or damaged. It's none of that. Those are words we use that are incorrect to talk about this. It's just unused. You're just unaware of it. And as soon as you turn your attention towards it and develop that muscle and allow the different levels of your bodily system, the different dimensions of your system to be illuminated by it through your attention, because your vision gives it illumination, it comes back into your awareness. And as you sort of strengthen your nervous system through that innervation, more sight, more interconnectivity. I talk about this in all of my sessions. All of this code is for almost like wormholes between dimensions. It's dissolving perceived blocks. They're not real blocks. They're perceived. We have to get out of this idea that we are damaged, that we are sinful, that we are guilty, that we have been punished, that we are so corroded and corrupt that we've like made ourselves disgusting. Like, it feels that way because we believe in pain, but that is that's a fragmented thought system that while you hold on to that and you believe that you are a damaged goods that like desperately needs healing, it's going to be really difficult for you to heal that way. And Spirit is calling us to abandon that thought system and turn your face to the sun, turn your face to where you are healed, so that you could see how this all really works. And when you start to see how it all really works, you would never look back on that. You would not look back on that again. We talked about this a couple of videos ago, but that story of looking back and turning into a pillar of salt or whatever it is, like, you don't look back because that stagnates you, and it's not right. Like, it's just incorrect about the way that interdimensional reality works. And this is the message that's coming from all of this more expanded dimensionality, this consciousness. You don't have to see it as aliens. You don't have to see it as angels. It's just more consciousness. Take any form. Plasma has an incredible capability of construction in ways that we can't really conceive of with this dimensionality that we're in. So let it be more. Let yourself discover it in play. Let yourself discover it in curiosity. And as much as it hurts, as much as it's difficult, as much as it feels like you can't escape from the fear while you're inside of it, you can. Kimianaya sotoaya shikinaya nayotorrokuiti kiniantayas notoaya shikia. Manayas norrokuiti kia. Try and try again. Keep choosing again. Keep choosing. You might have to choose constantly, but keep choosing. Hinindriti sin soyati kinia. Naini triataiti kia. Deny illusions their reality. They will be real for you. They will be real for you because of the power of your mind, as long as you choose to see them thus. Siatorrokuiti kaini tayas notroatis in shatriatiosokoa, shimisani triati kinindriatas. And is there an ecosystem of different dimensional beings and structures? Sure, but the center of that ecosystem is the same as your center. It's fueled by conscious free will choice at all levels. Kipaya sotokoishi kinitriata sanatraya koyakaya. Kinindria tokoya simsikaya shnitria kiniaraya snortimniati sikia shonointia korrukitis. Remember, spirit doesn't negate your choice. Sinindraitis. It won't leave you. It can't leave you. You can't leave it. Kia torruquis natra, but it can't choose for you. Kia ta korruquiti shikiriantraya sikia. And I saw something else that was, I forget where I saw this, but it was, I can explain it to you, but I can't make you understand it, right? Kipayas torruquisia, tis natra, sit with it, understand it for yourself. It's meaningful to its meaning is the meaning that you give it. When people ask Jesus, who are you? What is this? He said, what do you think it is? Who do you think that I am? What does it mean to you? This is a practice in reclaiming your power, reclaiming your choice, reclaiming understanding about what your projection is producing here in physicality, and what you choose to produce with is gonna, like, if you try to sculpt the most beautiful thing out of like feces, it's still gonna be a sculpture made out of shit. You know what I mean? Like, you have to understand what you're working with, and you can really only, direct experience cannot be given, so you have to choose. If you feel fear, don't let yourself sit there. Now you know, right? You've experienced. You're choosing to seek wisdom. And so you know there's another way. Don't leave yourself in pain. Kinindria torroisi taya, kina ini tayana yorko yesayashia. Sitorruinyandrayas notrui kininaya shorko yestatraha. Yana ini tayana uruko yasnaya. Shinianaya sorratika yasaya. Imi tai kiniataya. Yayonotoaya. Ishitikia. Yana tru kinayana. Himayana shana kanayasnaya. Torrukutaya. Kina masanatraya. Noyondosum sayishikinin dayas notroana yishini tayana urukina tisna trayas no shimitriti sikiaya shitoya toini yanishini androya soku kiataya sinishini yono toaya sikios shini toya korukui saraya tuyani entoyaya himaya sotroi kayas tosha yision yumborukuaya yana yana diana yana yana urukoyastaya yatukoayana. Okay. Nice. Just taking some nice deep breaths, coming back into this moment of self. If you need to cough or sneeze or sort of shake about, drink some water. Using like bathing as a spiritual practice is very powerful. Go be with the plants, go be with the trees, with the rocks, with the soil. There's like elk or deer energy coming through, could be significant to connect to for you. Amen. Thank you all for watching. There are spots open for one-on-ones tomorrow if you're watching this on Friday. And then I'll be on the East Coast for the holiday. And then one-on-ones will be back open on the 30th. Would love to see you there. Very powerful work. Personal trance recordings are, this is how I make them on my keyboard. Available on the website along with written guidance and all of the trance meditations. If you feel called to go deeper into this work, there are many opportunities. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.